Today is the first Sunday of the month. We start a new series today. And we're looking at unleashing the power of connection. We'll be looking at let's do life together. The book of Psalms chapter 68 and verse number 6. God sets the solitary in families. He brings out those who are bound into prosperity. But the rebellious dwell in a dry land. Psalm 92 verse 13. Those who are planted in the house of the Lord shall flourish in the courts of our God. Now look at your neighbor and say, let's do life together. Life, like I said in the first service, is a journey of journeys. And today we're going to be examining the micro dimension of connection power in our individual relationships. Now the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 4 verse 9, 10 and verse 12, particularly to us as Christians and particularly to us as believers, life is a journey. Our faith is a pilgrim faith. The book of 1 Peter chapter 2 verse 11, the Bible says we are pilgrims. So with the journey of life, we take multiple journeys at the same time. Therefore, life could more accurately be described as the journey of journeys. A person can be on a career journey at the same time on a relationship journey. In terms of our individual life journeys, we could already be close to our desired destination, whereas some others will still have a distance to go. Now, the key thing in every journey is not that you are in a journey, but it's who you are traveling with. Some people consider that the journey is more important than the destination, whereas others take the destination as more important than the journey. The truth is somewhere in the middle. Both the journey and the destination are of great importance, but of a greater importance is a question of who do you have on your journey. If you don't meet God in the journey, you will not meet God at the destination. As a family person, you need God. We also need people, so we are to examine ourselves as whether we are doing the journey of life alone. Now there are some people that says, I like being on my own. I like to do my things the way I want to do them. But ironically, life is a journey. And the key word is who do you have on your journey. The joy is not just in the journey. It is also the relationship we have. Now, we cannot get to our desired destination without the help of others. God has a desire for a relationship with mankind. He embarked on a journey from heaven to earth and journeyed back to heaven, where the Bible says he's gone to prepare a place for us so that in order we will be where he is also. More than anything else in life, we need relationship. Who can help you in your journey? And of course, who will be there with you when you reach your destination? Now, sadly, many people are so determined to reach their destination and they sacrifice significant relationship along the way. And when they finally reach their destination, there's no one to whom to celebrate with. Relationship releases a dynamic power that draws us beyond ourselves and beyond our natural abilities. Our success or failure in life will be determined and shaped to a large extent by our relationships. In the book of Genesis chapter 2 verse 18, God says it is not good for man to be alone. The Bible simply is saying we are not solitary creatures. So every day we are thrown into avoidable interactions. Whether a business person, you are always interacting with people. There's nothing like I'm a self-made man. That word only exists in the dictionary of fools. Our God-ordained connections are not optional, they are an integral part of our destiny. And when you ignore your God-ordained connections, we shortchange ourselves and we deprive the blessings that God has intended for us. 3 truths about relationship. Number 1, you need others in your life. No man is what? An island. I know sometimes we need our space, but you need others in your life. Number 2, you need more than one person in your life. No one person can meet all the needs of another person. No one person. We live life on many different levels. And we need multi-level relationship with different kinds of people in order to be healthy and in order to be whole. Now, Jesus had a lot of people, different kinds of people in his team. He had people, medical doctors. He had the people that are sanguines. Number 3, you need more than one kind of person in your life. You need to develop relationship not with people of your likes. You must develop relationship across different spectrums of people. When the Bible says in the multitude of counselors there is safety, it means in the abundance of counselors there is safety. The word multitude equally means diversity. In the diversities of counselors there is safety. Ezekiel chapter 37 verse 1 to 10. But as long as the bones were scattered, they remain dry and they remain dead. When Ezekiel prophesied, the first thing that occurred was there was a rattling, a noise. The bones were about to be moved out of their comfort zones. The Bible records that bones came together, bone to bone, each bone locating and attaching itself to their God-ordained connections. This coming together was a precursor of a great revival. So as long as everyone was pursuing their own agenda, there will be no revival. So 4 things that happened here, the Bible records. Put verse 8. The Bible says sinews or ligaments were added when bones began to connect to each other, when relationships began to be formed. Second, flesh or muscles came upon the bones, and the flesh speaks of strength or divine strength. In other words, when you seek after and find your God-ordained relationship, there's going to come a form of divine strength. Number 3 talks about skin. Skin reflected or which symbolizes beauty and protection. It says, and skin covered them above. Heaven is waiting for us to arise, an exceeding great army. But first, we must establish our connections. You do not have to be friends to every Dick, Tom, and Harry, but we must find and value our God-ordained connections. John the Baptist messed up his relationship with Jesus. So go and ask him, is he the one, or should I wait for another person? While he was the one who prophesied, he prophesied and said there's somebody who is coming. I am not even worthy. The place that bones connect are called joints. And that was the same thing Paul was saying in Ephesians chapter 4, verse 16. Joints are flexible connections. Joint allows us to move. And when we have problems with our joints, every part of the body is affected. Now you have to recognize the importance of the joints to overall health and strength of the body. You are not responsible for every joint in this body, but you are responsible to the joint between you and your brother and your sister. So the important thing to know this morning is refusing to get upset with each other. You must note that when we do so, we dislocate the joint between ourselves and we disable the body. You are not strongest when you're alone. You are strongest when you are connected. The preacher in Ecclesiastes says a threefold cord cannot easily be broken.